Hello computer-aided design engineers. As you can see, here we are on MATLAB, and today I am going to talk about matrix in how to create a matrix in MATLAB. And as you can see, this is our A matrix, and to enclose our matrix we use square brackets, and to separate a row we use semicolon, and to separate columns we use commas, normal commas, or we can also use spaces. Or we can use commas. Okay, let me go down and just simply press enter A. As you can see, and I can use up arrow to actually go through all the variables that I have created, even in past some days, and I have to go to today. Not this, not this, not this, here. Okay, so let me try to change this. Try to make it using spaces to show you that it can also be done using spaces. All right. Don't remove the semicolons. Semicolons are used to separate rows, and if I press enter, it will overwrite it, but it will create a same matrix because these both things are almost the same, or exactly the same, not almost the same. And now going back to the code, and so I've created a 4x4 matrix. I've taken 1 2 3 11, and this, as you can see, all this. Okay, going to the next. Now if you want to create a matrix from a matrix, then we have this B. We are taking all the rows. Colon implies all, everything. Colon implies all. Okay, so, and before comma we have rows, and after the comma we have columns. Rows, comma, columns. Okay, always remember. A If we are taking something from a matrix, we have to use a bracket, not square brackets. If we are creating a matrix, then we have to use the square brackets. Otherwise, if we are taking something from the matrix, then we can use normal bracket. We have to use normal bracket, not we can use. Okay, so, and comma indicates everything. So we are taking everything from 1 to 3, meaning we are taking every rows from 1 to 3, matlab, meaning 1 4 7, all these 4's 2, all the rows, all the columns from 1 to 3, then we are getting this 1 2 3. Okay, and similarly, I've taken all a variable C, which indicates 4 comma all, meaning fourth row and all columns. So here is the fourth row, and we have taken all columns. Okay, and if I want to take on fourth row and first and only 1 2 3 columns, then I have taken this, as you can see. And here we have a variable C, then we have a D, then I have taken all 3 rows and the fourth column. Okay, then I have making a variable D. I have taken a fourth column, and I have selected first 3 rows of the fourth column. Okay, that is how we denote these things. That is how we create all this. And in E, I have created a fourth row, fourth column. Then we have only taken one value. Okay, if I want to create a matrix F, which is B comma D, meaning B will go with the D, since the D is a column matrix, is a row matrix, contains 3 rows and 1 column, and that is why it is able to concatenate with this A having 3. otherwise it won't. If it had 4 rows, then it won't. If it had 2 rows, then it won't. It exactly have to have as many rows as D is having, okay, to be able to concatenate or get in a row. And then I have separated it by a colon to separate the rows. It separate the rows, and comma separate the columns, and semicolon separate the rows, as you can see. Then I have concatenated C and E. I have taken a variable C, which is this down, and then I have taken this, which so I have created the same matrix in F. Okay, now if you want to create a matrix, as you can remember that I have said that if you want to make a matrix, then you have to use the square brackets. I want to make this matrix, so I have used the square brackets. And what I have done is taken the B, then added a column of C, and then again taken the B. You can also do that for the rows. Take B, then if you add it row wise, then you have to use comma. If you want to add it column wise, then you have to use colon. Okay, yeah, so far so easy. Now I have taken a variable I, which is 1 2 3 4, and J 8 7 6 5. Okay, now we have addition operation. So K, I've taken a variable I plus J, meaning we are adding 1 plus 8 9, then 2 plus 7 9, then 3 plus 6 9, so we are getting, and 4 plus 5 9, so we are getting a matrix which is all 9. So if we want to subtract, we can also do that. I have subtracted J from I, so we will get 8 minus 1 7, then 7 minus 2 5, then 6 minus 3 6 minus 3 3. You get the idea. Okay, now if you want to multiply matrix, now we have two functions. If we want to multiply I from J, we get this. It is actually having a matrix multiplication, not element wise multiplication, but the matrix multiplication itself. Okay, if we want to use the element wise multiplication, means if we want to multiply, let me go for I 1 to 8 and 2 to 7 and 3 to 6 and 4 to 5, then I have to use a dot, which I will show you and just now. So we have taken I, yeah, then I have used, here I've used the dot J. As you can see, then it has done the element wise multiplication, I into J. Okay, 1 into 8 8 2 14, 3 6 18, and 4 5 are 20. So yeah, the same. And this is the entire matrix multiplication. Okay, and this is element wise matrix multiplication. And to do the element wise matrix multiplication, we use simple dot. Okay, now we have taken division. You might think that how can we do matrix division, but this is showing that if I multiply J with O, I will get I. Okay, then I will show you. And this is basically I, if I've chosen a variable P, which is I dot forward slash J. That means I will be divided by all the elements of I will be divided by all the elements of J. Okay, so we will get this. So this is I 1 by 8, then this will be 2 by 7, and this will be 6 by 3, and this will be 4 by 5. Yeah, if you can recall, I have just divided element wise this. Okay, now you get the idea. Now if I take a variable O, which is I by J simply, then I've already told you that if I multiply J with O, I will get I. Now I've taken Q, a variable, and what I've done is multiply O by J, which I was talking about here, and you can see we are getting 1 2 3 4, which is I. If you want to get I, we just multiply j with o, then we get I, and this is q is equal to I. As you can see, 1 2 3 4, I have taken I 1 2 3 4, and q is also equal to I. And now we can also use a backward slash, and what it will do, it will divide a matrix, it will perform matrix division j by I. This is basically opposite. If I use forward slash, it would be I by j, and if I use backward slash, it will be j by I. Okay, so if I multiply I into r, then I will get j. Okay, I haven't done that. Let's do it. If I multiply I into r, if I am not assigning any variable, then it will come as an answer. As you can see, it is a j. Okay, now going back, so we have discussed this backward slash, and this is again the element dot indicates the element wise division. So this is I by j, j by I means, and element wise division. Okay, you won't be using this division so too often, but to know what it does, I'm telling you. All right. So now I've also taken a variable j dot I, which is j divided by I. Okay, now element wise division, because this is dot. Okay, now element wise squaring. If I want to take a variable b, if I want to square element wise, I use the caret symbol, and this is a dot, or simply, okay. So now we have a v, and we have I have done this, it has done the element wise squaring. So 1 square, then 2 square, then 3 square, and then 4 square. If I do I square, then it will multiply I into I. Let me show you. I have taken a variable w, which is I into I, and it will give us this. Okay, and so as you can see, both are same. So if we don't use the dot, it will square the matrix, or it will multiply the same matrix by the same. It will not square the elements inside. Okay, now I have to tell you what is a transpose. Transpose is a flipping. Basically, whatever was left go right, and whatever was right go left, or rows become columns, or columns become rows. That is a transpose. And as you can see that I had a matrix A, which was 1 2 3 11, like in the rows. Now it is in columns. So this is a symbol comma, upper commas, or quotes, single quotes for transpose. We can also do the transpose of something by simply doing transpose, transpose bracket some variable, let's say b. Okay, yeah, so this is getting a transpose, and I have not assigned any variable, so it is not showing any variable. Also remember that you have to assign a variable first, then we have to give the equation. If you try to give the equation first, then assign the variable, then it will not work. Okay, now I've told you about transpose, and if you do dot transpose, element wise transpose, then it means the same as the normal transpose. So both are the same. And you can also print the hello world by using a single quotes, and if you want to write anything or print anything, then you can do it. It is, and when I have taken this whose will tell you whatever the information that you want to get about that variable which I have taken. So it is a character value having 1 into 11 size. Okay, so what that means is that it is having 11 characters, and as you can see, this is 5 and this is 5, and there is a space in between. There is a space in between which will also be counted. So 5 plus 5 plus 1 is 11, so we have 11 uh, character values in here. Okay, and if I simply write whose, then it will show me the entire variable that I have entered in the, which is saved in the workspace. And let me tell you, here is a workspace, and as you can see, all the values that we have stored, it's saved in the workspace. Okay, and now if you want to calculate the inverse of a matrix, then what you can do is take a caret then -1, which is the inverse sign basically, which means the same as if you write the INV, inverse of a matrix B. Okay, now I have taken a matrix B, then I've the B2, then I have calculated the matrix of, I've taken a variable B2 which I have inside which I have taken the inverse of the matrix B, which was 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and this is what we get. And it is giving us a warning that the matrix is close to a singular, but the badly scaled results may be inaccurate. Okay, what that means is that this matrix is having an inaccurate result. But let's suppose we have a variable C2, not this. I have taken this value wrongly, so basically I have to do this again. Okay, so if we are doing X translating, this place is for translation and this is also for translation, and if we are translating -1 and -1, then if we take the inverse of it, then it will give +1 and +1. Okay, opposite of this, if we that actually means, and if you represent it graphically, then that actually means that if you are moving from point 0, 0 to point 1, 1, and if you want to move it back, then you have to apply if you want 0, 0 to 1, 1, you have to use this matrix C3, and if you want to go back to 0, 0, you can use this matrix -1, -1. Okay, this is negative. This is basically doing going in the negative X direction, and this is basically going in the negative Y direction. So this is positive X direction and this is positive Y direction. Now, being said that, there is you can make a matrix out of random variables. This is a rand function which actually create a matrix. I want to create a matrix of 3 by 3, 3 rows, 3 columns, and it gives me a random value. As you can see, the values are between 0 to 1. Okay, so it is this function gives me the random value from 0 to 1. If I don't want from 0 to 1, I can use the rand n, which means the rand natural number, which give me a value, any value, negative or positive, it is a natural number. Okay, and if I want to take a random integer value or rand I, then I will get integer values, any integers value. This is randomly created integer value. Okay, so rand r is nothing. Now if you take a variable, now okay, so if you take a variable x2 and go from 1 to 10, oh no, this doesn't mean 1 to 10, this is going from 1 to 2. Okay, and wait, okay, so we are going from 1 to 10 here and having spaces 2 in between. So that will create a matrix like this. Since we are starting with 1, we have to end with 9. We cannot create 11, that is why it is showing like this. If you start with 2 spaces and go to 12, This is how you do it. 2 to 12, and look at this time. This ends at 12. Okay, it didn't end at 11 or something because the last value is 12. Okay, now if you want to take negative, go negative intervals. The middle is used for intervals, and 12 to 2, you have taking negative intervals, then you will go, values will go from 12, 10 to 2, having spaces of negative -2 in between. Similarly, you can go from -100 to -200, having 20 -20 intervals. And there is a function called linspace, which I will discuss in the next video or maybe some other video. Basically, let me tell you a little bit about it. Okay, so in linspace we are going from 2 to 12 with two spaces, two values, then it is getting me this matrix. And if I go 2 to 12 and 5 values, then it is giving me the 5 values from 2 to 12. Okay, linspace stand for linear spacing. Okay, and that is the end of the video. And if you want to know that how did I get my workspace here, then what you need to do is go to your workspace and go to dock it. It will show you dock it. I have to undock it because I have already docked it. Let me go here. As you can see, undock title. Okay, untitled. This is untitled. Undock. It is already docked, so you can dock this. Okay, this is called docking, and you can actually hold it and drag it and take it anywhere you want. But I won't want to take it anywhere. I want to keep it here. And this is our editor, and editor is used if you don't want to have all the values, then you use the editor. We will be using editor in the next video. In that video I will explain you everything, but why we use the editor. And this is our current folder which we don't require basically. Anyways, and if you want to know that how did I get this color here, this light yellowish color, then what you have to do is go to home, then go to preferences, and you can choose colors, any colors. Here is my text color, here is my background color. You can choose any, you can go to even more colors, or you can choose any color. Okay, whatever color you like. And now if you want to change the fonts, you can also change the fonts. I like this Century School Book, plain 12, size 12. Century School Book is my favorite. You can use this, or you can use the standard one. Okay, that is the end of this video. In the next video we will talk about how to create plots and how to make plot a line. Okay, how to plot a line and many lines. We will talk about that in the next video. Thank you for watching.